it's still holding up in good shape. But we're not far off a start. The Senior C Women's Small Boat. Heat number 2. And Phil Reeder, our starter, he has been on fire today, has not missed a trick. The marshalling has been outstanding. Credit to everyone. It's been a concerted effort. Well done, all the crews getting involved. And here we go. So we finally get those paddles crash into the water. And we'll just for something different, we'll reverse the crews we've got. So we've got the Kin Dragons in 5, Brisbane River in 4, Dragon Masters 3, Dragon Masters are in 2. Sorry, the Dragon Flyers. And we've got the Marucci Sea Serpents there, and so we can see just a couple of those crew. That's the 4 boat, and that would be the Brisbane River Dragons as they come down across the first 120 metres of the course, and that started really well too. And on the outside of them, the Kin Dragons are going along with them, and in general, it's a pretty good start right across the board. Bryce?
Yeah, it is indeed. It looks like the Brisbane River Dragons making the most of a very good start and extending out probably a boat length over the Kin Dragons in lane 5. Lane 3, the Dragon Masters going along nicely. The Dragon Flyers in 2. And lane 1, we have the Marucci Sea Serpents.
So here we go in 4. Brisbane River Dragons. Now just holding sway at the moment, dictating terms, a very similar fashion we saw from the Currumbin Dragons in the previous heat. So Brisbane River Dragons, they're going to try to book themselves immediate entry into the grand final. And at the moment, the biggest challenge is probably coming on their outside. That's the Kin Dragons, if they can find a little bit there. And then in the middle part, it's very even. From lanes 3, 2 and 1, the Marucci Sea Serpents in 1, they have really improved. They have lifted a little bit. The Dragon Flyers as well in 2, and the Dragon Masters in 3. So, but we sneak across there now, and you can see at the moment the Brisbane River Dragons, they will be able to bring this one home in good fashion here. Outside of them, the Kin Dragons, they've sort of lifted significantly. This is a good go here for second. A lot of these teams here are going to use this hit out ahead of how can they challenge a couple of these dominant crews. Currumbin won the first heat. It's going to be the Brisbane River Dragons are going to bring it home here. The Dragonflies, they're putting a bit of pressure on the Kin Dragons, but there you go. There's the bit for the Brisbane River Dragons. This is a good go for second. Hanging on out there in lane 5, they'll get there. The Kin Dragons just ahead of the Dragonflies, and it's almost a dead heat there for 4th between Marucci and the Dragon Masters. But it was the Brisbane River Dragons who have booked themselves a spot in the grand final alongside the Currumbin Dragons. And the rest will go into the reps.
No shortage of dragons in that race. We had 4 dragons and a serpent.